choose to love with freedom flies from my heart where the light keeps shining, and I choose to feel the whole world crying for the strength that we can rise above. I choose love.
Hi, this is Ina Marie Hale from Grace Healing Ministries.
Hi, and this is Larry Reynolds from Grace Healing Ministries.
Welcome.
Welcome.
We want to start with you first. We established a mandate within Grace Healing. We were led by God to do so, to first engage in the nature of prayer, to set the priority of first your protection, that you would be protected by God's grace, by Yeshua's presence within you, to receive only that which God intends for you, and also to bless you to receive all words that you're to receive at this time, and also empower you to set aside any words that are not for you at this time of your journey. And we are just in awe and thanksgiving that God has allowed us to be in this position, and we will just get right into the prayer and see where God takes us after that.
Sounds good to me.
Awesome. We breathe deep. Yarviramur Katavirius Basilia Dereushta Kanduriba, Yeshua Aliamus Sibirieto Tukumia, Abundla Bahal Hores, Masiliandresh Nikeliondra Hamun. Yahweh, we call upon your holy and blessed name. Yahweh, God and Creator. Yeshua, perfect flesh of our divine Creator. Abun, the life-giving breath within each and every moment. We surrender this time for the sake of holy protection over all your children that are drawn to these videos, the experiences that we share upon Grace Healing, and all teachings and offerings that you extend through us. We submit ourselves completely unto you for the sake of your divine glory to be revealed in all that we do. We offer thanksgiving, praise, and worship unto you and the holy opportunity to serve within your love. And we do want to share first off that we are just in awe and in thanksgiving that we have now exceeded well over 50 episodes on the Grace Healing Ministries YouTube channel. Again, it's Grace Healing Ministries YouTube channel, because many people have been like just typing in Grace Healing.
And they're not getting all the episodes.
Yeah, they're not getting the full channel access, so they're all excited about the 2, 3, or 1 video that they saw in the sidebar, but they're not gaining access to the full library. And we're grateful that we've had the opportunity to share and sit together and talk before God's presence and share with you the truths that we hold within Grace Healing, and most importantly, to present it to you in such a way that you can view it and review it in your own safe ground. You can hold it up against your beliefs and your understandings. You can measure it with those that you share in belief. You can open up into the fullness of God's love in your own place, meditation, time, and prayer. And honestly measure whether our message is bringing forth an understanding of God's divine love, or if we're somehow bringing across something that's not of God. So we want this resource out there for you to access, measure, and weigh on your own time. So we are grateful and thankful that we are now at this position where we've exceeded 50 episodes. Many people have been blessed, but please do, if you go to the Grace Healing Ministries YouTube channel, like and subscribe, because also another bunch of people didn't know that if they only liked and subscribed on the single video, it doesn't recommend them to the channel, so they don't know that they're getting they are getting updates to notify them that the new video is up or whatever, because they just did an individual video. So if you like and subscribe to the channel, it gains you access to all the information.
Yeah, and that's always something that needs to always be reiterated sometimes, because you do go to the side of the website and it doesn't have all those videos that you could from YouTube.
Yes.
So we just encourage you to just continue to do that. And it's interesting, though, that for our time here, I've now traveled back to Maine, and we were sharing on the way you were picking me up.
Yes.
And in the conversation that you and I had before we did the video, and this is all just now coming up.
Yes.
is again the pondering upon God's very presence that's within us and growing in that relationship with Him. And I know that all of us are different. We all not all of us, wherever your relationship is with God, but in this particular time that what was rising in me as we were crossing the bridge coming into Maine was the essence of God.
Yes.
And how much deeper it is than just the thing that I always heard growing up, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, is I can't wait to see Jesus. When I pass or when my time comes.
Or I can't wait to come before the face of God.
Yeah, or it's a striving type thing, and even I was sharing with you, even coming into a deeper place for me, and that is being in His presence. For I'm sharing about me as being in His presence and being still and recognizing the breath that I hold of life, and finding that it's deeper than the face of Jesus.
Right.
It's
well, you said it,
truly
the word essence.
Essence.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm sure you can sort of explain that a little bit deeper, but what I mean...
But I wanted to hear more about what you described as the essence that you knew to be in you.
Yes.
You said that, and it was beautiful, the way you described it.
Yeah. Well, the essence of God that I see it's spiritual. It's a spirit. God is spirit. And I think we as Christians, we have a tendency to have a face, and we've seen that of pictures of Jesus, but truly when I sat before Him and started to sense His very breath, that essence of the flow of the breath, that's Him. We don't have to wait till we get to heaven. We don't have to wait. And I know we hear that, and I've heard it over the years, but truly you can't experience that until you've actually are just sitting, breathing, hearing your own heartbeat. And for me, I've come to another place where it's not like I have to strive that I've got to see the face of Jesus, because He's within me.
Right.
Yeshua is within me. And even in our conversation, as that started to unfold, it just sort of was rising as we were going over the bridge there of His true love, and how He is in every part of your very being, from the top of your head to the soles of your feet, your mindset, what you see, what you hear, and our walk and journey of this life upon this earth, the choices that we decide is a free will.
Right.
And for me, again, and for Larry can speak for the same thing, is to actually come to an understanding of the essence of God, because He's spirit.
Right.
And here He came upon this earth in the form that we could understand.
And part of my calling is to help people understand the misunderstanding that's been formed around the language. What's missing in language.
Yes.
And when Yeshua was doing the Last Supper, what's happened within the church and the history of Christianity is we've changed into this is my blood and this is my body. When He said that this is my essence and this is my nature, it was not that He was describing blood as in the liquid form of blood. He was describing the essence of His being.
Okay, I'm going to just stop you right there, because you're going to have quite a bit that won't understand that.
Right. Well, the key is to remember that, like what Ina just described, when she's sitting with God's presence, she's breathing and drawing upon God's presence. She's recognizing that, well, God's not something I have to pursue. God's something I have to surrender to recognize that God is already present within me. The very living breath of God already resides within me. God precedes every single cell of my being. Yes. So the very essence of God's being is this temporal form of this human body. And I am blessed to function with God's presence in spirit, manifesting of soul in this physical body that is known, in this case, Larry Reynolds, or in this case, Ina Marie Hale, or anybody that we hold, or even her husband, Chris Hale, or her daughters, or her sons, or my children. Again, it's coming back to the recognition that it is the essence of God that governs, dictates, and supports and sustains life within us in each and every breath.
Yes.
Again, it's not something you have to do a certain doctrinal thesis to gain understanding of. It's not that you have to follow certain theological rules to pursue. It's not that you have to do something to undertake this awareness. It is simply that you surrender and sit with God's presence, to recognize God's essence above your perception and understanding of what God may be. And that can only come through the place of silence. Not the prayerful discussion that we hold with God. Oh, God, help me with this, or God, please help me do that, or God, when am I going to get this, and God, when are we going to be blessed with a new opportunity? No, it's the meditative, peaceful, sit with me. Our beautiful sister Elizabeth Kobe, she speaks to that, and she goes around with this beautiful card that says, sit with me. And there's times where she sees somebody in distress, and she might just hand them the card. Yeah. Sit with me. And it's a reminder that that's where God resides, is in that quiet place of silence.
And again, it's not about what you have to do, but to surrender and just receive from Him.
Right.
I mean, a lot of us are striving.
Exactly.
Well, what do I have to do? What's the purpose that I have in my life? How can I get closer to God? Well, He's right there within you, and that's just to be in that quiet state.
Yes.
And when you seek Him first, and that's, we can't say that enough, it's about seeking God first in everything that we do. And when you do that, and you're not even sure that you have such a relationship, you can build that relationship. He knows your heart. He put it there.
Yes.
And it's totally up to you if you want to pursue that. And again, I want to go back to the essence of God, because it was just like a revelation not long ago. Of course, I often have taken communion.
Yes.
And it seemed like it brought me closer, but then going another step is just the very presence of Him, is the breath that I breathe, that all of a sudden this clicked in my head, and I knew it, but it's the essence of God. And I have to just share this really quick. I've told you this many times. Is Star Trek.
Yes.
That movie. Which one is that?
The one with Voyager, Yuki. I mean, with the V'ger.
Yeah, V'ger. Yeah. And for some reason, I relate that, like when V'ger had that gal and the guy. He was the
second mate or something.
Yeah, or something like that. And they had a relationship and so forth and so on. But go to the end of that movie, and they came together. It was to find the creator.
Yes.
For the movie, and the one thing that I keep remembering is how they came together. It was the essence that brought them together in one. Mm-hmm. And that's where God is. I can't even put it into words, because there are no words. It is His very spirit. It's almost, you can't see it. You can't touch it. You can feel it within you.
Right.
It's not tangible. And I think we as Christians are always looking for that tangible.
Well, again, they're looking for a feeling instead of a knowing.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's a big part of it here. We got to feel it, or that's not it at all.
And there's a lot of deception within that feeling, because they feel confirmed to move in certain directions, but their feeling is confirmed through desire, or self-interest, or a certain expectation of a result. It's not a true knowing that it is God's presence within me that governs the nature of my actions.
Yes, it's really interesting. So it's not about your feelings. It's not about what you have to do. It's just sitting in His very presence, breathing, and coming to know Him as He has created and designed you perfectly.
Yes.
And He loves you dearly. And I mean, that's why we're here.
Too.
We do love you. And to share these kind of things are for you on our website. You can go to that. Check it out.
gracehealing.org.
And also Facebook. We have also our Facebook
Yes.
page. And so we just welcome you to continue to grow in what God has for you.
Yes. So we
Awesome.
close now in thanksgiving for this opportunity to share with you again as we've exceeded 50 videos and also many more audios. I want to say that there's probably maybe even 60 audios or something like that
Yeah,
people
they just
can people
continue.
can access from the website itself in the archives. So there's a huge amount of resource available to you because we want people to see the fullness of what we share and understand that it is safe ground for you to review this information on your own safe ground as well.
Yes.
So again, in Grace Healing, we extend the blessing of God's presence to greet and know the presence of God within you, to draw you forth through a clear knowing that it is God's presence that governs each thought, word, and action. As you sit in God's presence, become one with God's essence, then move forward, God will increase the abilities that you hold within you to magnify God's glory in all things you do.
And know how deeply He loves you.
Yes.
It's all about the love.
And we do love you dearly and look forward to the opportunity to serve you in the future. Be blessed and have an amazing day.
We love you. Till
Take
next
care.
time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.